While Kate Moss's romance with Johnny Depp ended almost 25 years ago, few expected it to suddenly reappear in the middle of a courtroom decades later. Yet, surprisingly, that is exactly what happened, and it didn't return through a tabloid, a documentary, or a nostalgic interview. It resurfaced because Amber Heard mentioned it, on record, while testifying under oath. The moment was striking. 1 second the trial was focused on present accusations, and the next, the world was pulled back into the 1990s, to one of the most iconic Hollywood romances of its time, Depp and Moss. Amber claimed that during their relationship, Johnny was violent toward Kate. According to her, she once heard a story that Johnny pushed Kate Moss down a flight of stairs. She said it not like a question, not like gossip, but like a memory she believed to be real, despite admitting someone merely told her the story years ago. And then she used that rumor as justification for her own actions. In the current trial, Amber described a tense moment during an argument with Johnny. She claimed her sister was standing near a staircase, with her back to the stairs, and that Johnny was allegedly moving aggressively. In that instant, Amber testified that she wasn't thinking about herself. She says she was thinking about Kate Moss and that rumor. She said that memory flashed in her mind like a warning signal, and without hesitating, she reacted. She swung at Johnny. According to Amber, she wasn't the aggressor, she was the protector. She wasn't fighting for herself, she was fighting for her sister. In her narrative, she saved someone from a fall that might have mirrored the so-called Kate Moss incident. But this raises a crucial question. Was her sister truly in danger, or was this a dramatic reaction based on a rumor rather than reality? And beyond that, is this story an accurate reflection of Johnny Depp's relationship with Kate Moss? Or did Amber Heard weaponize a rumor from decades past? Johnny's fans know his relationship with Kate was intense, emotional, raw, full of passion and heated moments both in private and public. They were two young stars burning brightly, constantly under the flash of paparazzi cameras, living life at full speed in the golden age of 90s Hollywood fame. Their emotions often spilled into public view, sometimes as affection, sometimes as arguments. The world saw a relationship fueled by love and volatility. But did it ever cross the line into physical violence? That's the question Amber attempted to plant in the minds of the court and the public. Yet if the staircase rumor were true, why has Kate Moss never spoken about it? Silence can sometimes signal fear, yes. Silence can come from trauma. But silence can also mean the story simply never happened. And Kate Moss had decades, to speak about it, during interviews, memoir opportunities, documentaries, gossip cycles, or even casual conversation. She never did. Not once. When Johnny and Kate dated in the 90s, the world was obsessed with them. They were the glamorous rebel lovers of their generation. Paparazzi chased them everywhere, to airports, hotels, red carpets, and even through quiet streets where they tried to find peace. They couldn't hide. They were followed constantly, photographed relentlessly, judged from afar. Tabloids built stories about every fight, every kiss, every rumor. No, they don't really know anything, Johnny once told reporters frustrated by assumptions. They just presume. Kate often echoed the same sentiment, that fame created stories that didn't exist. Despite being constantly watched, the couple kept real details of their relationship private. They didn't parade their struggles, yet they weren't shy either. They kissed passionately in public. They held hands, smiled, embraced at events. They looked inseparable, until they weren't. Still, their relationship had its storms. One moment they were wrapped in each other's arms, the next they were seen exchanging heated words. Fans and tabloids interpreted these ups and downs however they wished. Some even believed Johnny hadn't healed from his dramatic heartbreak with Winona Ryder, and that emotional wounds from the past bled into his relationship with Kate. People speculated he was chasing distraction, drowning pain, living fast. There were rumors about bad habits, emotional highs and lows, and wild nights fueled by youth and fame. Then came the event tabloids never let go, the hotel incident. Johnny was arrested in New York after a chaotic episode that left a hotel room destroyed. A police officer described the scene vividly: shattered glass covering the floor, flipped furniture, a room torn apart like a storm had passed through. It made international headlines. But what didn't happen is just as important. Neither Johnny nor Kate was hurt. There were no marks, no injuries, no signs of physical violence toward her. Right afterward, Johnny did something telling: he took responsibility. He didn't deflect, didn't blame stress, didn't point fingers. He paid for the damages. "I told the security guard I was more than willing to cover everything I broke," he said. The charge was later dismissed after he stayed out of trouble for 6 months, and he did. Life moved on. Their relationship calmed down, at least for a while. Eventually, after 4 passionate years together, Johnny and Kate broke up. And when he was asked why, he didn't offer excuses. He admitted fault. He said he didn't treat Kate the right way, not physically, but emotionally. He confessed he was difficult to be with. He got lost in work and ignored his relationship, something he deeply regretted. And when they finally parted, Johnny revealed something few men publicly admit: he cried. He stayed home for a week and cried every single day. "I truly discovered the meaning of loneliness," he said later. A man who hurts a woman doesn't mourn her like that. He doesn't talk about emotional failure. He doesn't admit guilt rooted in neglect, not aggression. Kate suffered too. In her Vanity Fair interview, she confessed that the breakup affected her deeply, and it took years to fully move on. Years. She didn't describe fear. She didn't describe trauma. She described love lost. She said Johnny was the most caring man she had ever dated. She trusted him. "That's what I missed, the person I could trust," she said. And she even added that she felt lucky to have been with him. After they broke up, they didn't become enemies. They didn't speak with bitterness. They remained friendly. Kate never accused Johnny of violence, not during the relationship, not after, not ever. Her silence didn't come from fear, it came from truth. So when Amber mentioned Kate Moss's name in court, the reaction was immediate. Johnny's attorney smiled. Johnny himself grinned slightly. To observers, it felt like they were waiting for this moment. Because legally, Amber had just opened the door for Kate Moss to testify, something Amber's team likely didn't expect or want. And if Kate appeared, the rumor would be tested not by tabloids, not by speculation, but by truth, directly from the person at the center of it. Legal experts called it a mistake by Amber's lawyers, because by invoking Kate Moss, Amber transformed a rumor into something that could be cross-examined and disproved. Suddenly, it wasn't just a mention, it was evidence ready to be challenged. Amber's claim stood on, "Someone told me." Kate Moss's reality stands on decades of silence, and not the silence of fear, but the silence of someone who never needed to say anything because nothing happened. Kate Moss could have spoken long ago if there had been trauma. She didn't. Instead, she moved on with dignity, guarding her privacy, never using Johnny's name for attention or sympathy. That says far more than any courtroom performance ever could. This entire situation reminds us that rumors can travel faster than truth. It shows us how easily people jump to conclusions, especially when emotions are high and old wounds, real or imagined, are reopened. But time has a way of revealing character, and character has a way of speaking even without words. Johnny and Kate's relationship was wild, passionate, flawed, but not violent. And sometimes, the most powerful evidence is not a statement loudly made, but a lifetime of never needing to say it. The lesson? Things are not always what they seem. Stories evolve, memories twist, rumors grow, but truth remains. Before assuming the worst, before believing a rumor becomes history simply because it's repeated, remember this moment. Remember how a single name spoken in court reminded the world that truth is not shaped by hearsay. And remember that silence, real silence, isn't always weakness. Sometimes it's clarity. Sometimes it's dignity. And sometimes it's the loudest truth of all.